Well, hello. We are back. It's been a while since we've been on a stream doing Jeremy Clements' 548th career start, taking the record away from Kenny Wallace for the most starts in O'Reilly Auto Parts Series history. I apologize because I can't. Oh, never mind. So the chat just popped up for me. The chat was taking a while to load in. Hello, Rowdy. Good evening to you as well. It's been a while. There's been a lot of things going on in my life, But anyways, I scheduled this at kind of a bad time because actually no, it's fine because you guys get to see another step in the process of making one of these. I just finished sketching this, and I need to make a bit of a confession to you guys that I did trace this. But I have what I think is a decent excuse because I wanted to get something done for Jeremy's record, and I know very soon, I'm going to be opening up on Etsy or whatever store. And then I started having problems getting that set up, and I need to work on that. So I had wanted to do something quickly so I could be ready if anyone was going to get anything done when I open that up. So that is the reason. Anyways, what was I going to say? Yeah, another step, which I'm doing right now, you guys can see, is I just finished sketching this, and I'm lightening it, which is what you do. So this goes especially for when you're doing it with markers. Colored pencils, it's a good idea, but when you're like painting or something, you don't need to do it unless it's watercolor. But basically, when you're lightening it like this, see up here, it's just an eraser, just a normal pink eraser. Grab the long end and drag it over. It basically makes it, again, lighter, so that when you can still see the lines, and it'll help you know where to color, but it keeps it so that you can't see the lines through the finished product, and that's a very, very good thing to do that a lot of people don't, and they should know about that. So yeah. Rowdy, okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing though is people don't want, I guess it doesn't apply if you're not really like selling your art and stuff, or showing or drawing them on YouTube, but people actually do care if you trace, because like people want genuine art now, or people always want genuine art, like 100% fully hand done. And so I try to do that. Occasionally I trace stuff. So originally I was just going to trace the 548 on the top, because like numbers and letters are really, really difficult to do and make look good and like symmetrical and everything like that. make it look clean. So, and then I was like, this is taking a while, so I just traced the whole thing. Yeah, you're right, Roddy. Exactly. Brayden, welcome on the stream. I know it is crazy. It's very crazy. To think I wasn't even alive when he was first starting up in the series. It's crazy. And he's full time. And he would have had more if it weren't for his injury, which I doubt you guys know about. So he made one start in the O'Reilly series, or in what is now the O'Reilly series, in the Busch series in 2003 at gosh, where was that? I think it was Pikes Peak, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was Pikes Peak. Back when they still raced there. And it was for a backmarker team, obviously, his first start. And then shortly thereafter, he was going to make more starts, but not too long after, he had an incident racing a dirt late model. I don't remember what track it was at. But the drive shaft came up and basically split his hand in half, his right hand in half. And he couldn't race for like 3 years after that. And then came back in 2007 to drive the 36 car. And I'm going to really quickly get all of the eraser dust off of this. Yeah, that should be good enough. Rowdy, I did see that Ricky Bobby custom. You posted that. Saw that. It's probably the best custom I think you've done of the ones I've seen. I saw your Cletus custom and your Ryan Seat custom as well. Fix the light real quick. So yeah, that was cool, Rowdy. Anyways, we're ready to start. And then, if you guys want to talk about this past San Diego weekend, if there's anything you wanted to talk about, because I feel like it was a good success for NASCAR. The races were popular. Obviously, the O'Reilly and Cup races sold out, which is unbelievable. Like, how long has it been since an O'Reilly race sold out? So that's awesome. But then again, there weren't that many people, really. But who cares? Is the O'Reilly race sold out? Okay, Brownie. I'll try to check that out. But I've been, how I've been trying to not be online as much. So that's actually been even less because I'm working now. And yeah, it's a lot. That's cool though, because I'm working auto repair now, so that's a fun job. Where shall we start? Should we start bottom car, top car, the numbers? What do you guys think? You guys pick. And then while you're while you're thinking about what you want to do first, I'll do the O'Reilly logo up here. I'm going to turn it sideways real quick so I can get a better angle. So yeah, what did you guys think of the San Diego race weekend? Did you enjoy watching the races? Is there something you didn't like? What did you like? I'll tell you something I didn't like. It was the manhole cover coming up and hitting Corey Day's car. That was dumb. Oh my goodness, Jordan. I don't know about that. I'm really not doing much. Pretty much just inspection, oil changes, and wheel balancing. I guess I'm doing battery replacements too. So it's really not hard to learn how to do those things. Oh boy. The fan who fist bumped Sheldon Creed. I don't know why it took them so long to get him after he did that. Like, why didn't you already have guys waiting on the other side of the fence to grab him after he did that? That was funny. It gave me a laugh. And then, speaking of big events in that race, that big crash with Sam Mayer, was it? I think it was Alfredo, Sam Mayer, Anthony Alfredo. Yeah, I did see that. Rowdy Sam Mayer playing rock paper scissors. I imagine he was playing with someone like his spotter or crew chief or someone. You're playing along. That's awesome. That's funny. So that wreck, I liked it because a certain somebody went from probably having a 25th place finish to contending for inside the top 15. You already know who I'm talking about. The guy that won on a road course, yet now can't do anything on road courses. Yeah. it was a good race weekend. And how about, yeah, I mean, Rowdy, what was I gonna say? Maybe physically he was all right, but he didn't seem too thrilled after that. He was really hard on himself after that one, which I like how he took responsibility for it, because there's a lot of drivers who wouldn't take responsibility for something like that. But also, like, Rowdy, something like that. Is is like, man, I should be better than that. And he's just like, getting down on himself. And then it was I think it was Adam Alexander, or maybe, I think it was Jamie, actually. Jamie McMurray, that said, I wish I could be down there right now and just pat him on the back and say, hey, it's all right, man. It's tough. I saw that, Rowdy. I just checked all of my things today online. Saw that. I feel like, honestly, the community there is kind of, ever since me and Statler left, and then nobody's really been as active as Brick ever, really. So he's kind of taking over, and then you're there. It's like the second wave of the SRX guys. And like, even Raz and Dev aren't even really there anymore. So yeah, kind of sucks. But gotta just move on, move on from those things. So Rowdy, I wish you success in the SURL. I have been following that series. I was in the truck series in the season that he's doing right now. Or has he already finished it? I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, Rowdy. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. But you gotta enjoy it while you're there. Met a lot of people. Made a lot of friends. But I've got more important things. What the heck? Grabbed the wrong pen right there. So what I'm doing right now is basically on the O'Reilly Auto Parts series logo, the white text over the black background. I am going over that in white so that when I do the black, it'll kind of show through, and then I can go over it again. So I don't have, it takes out all the guessing work of where the words are. Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember asking you that. I don't remember what prompted me to ask you to join or whatever. But it's one of those things that's just like, if this didn't happen, or if this did happen, whatever, how different would things be? And they'd be different. But you're just glad that you got the best outcome, or the outcome that you did, or that you got. Maybe. Perhaps. But the stuff you made, those DraftKings games, I enjoyed those. Those were really cool. I know it's not, the code wasn't entirely yours necessarily. Or the like the base code. I was back when that was actually, I was on Scratch when that was made. I know. I'm old. But it was Racer Speed. And I forget the other guy's name. But they worked together on that. It was like I think that was a base code that you used for your game. If I'm not wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. You know what? Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, saw that. I know you did make some very substantial changes to it, but I knew it was, or I was fairly certain it was that base code. Don't remember what that was originally called. But I remember being around when that was made. I mean, it was just us, a couple of guys. Me and a couple of other guys basically made up the whole community on there, the whole NASCAR community. I think there's like 4 of us. Yeah, you're right. It was like stock car sim or something. So it was just like 4 of us, and then all the other guys quit, and there was like about a year or so where nobody was really, that community didn't really exist, and then the SRX came in. Raz and Dev and Stat. I don't think it would have mattered if I had done this differently, because it's not really turning out either way. My pen isn't small enough, really. I agree, Brady. I fully agree. I think it's its own game. I used to make some that myself. We don't talk about my first couple. They were absolute garbage. But I used to make them, and then once I got good enough to start getting more serious and doing more difficult, like figuring out more difficult things to do that were harder to make. And then once I kind of started getting there, I would start something, and then I'd get so into it, and I would do like, I'd make a whole mechanic, like, let's see, I was making one game, not NASCAR related, but I worked for probably 3 weeks on just this vehicle customization system. So you could change stuff like the bumpers, like aftermarket parts. You could change the bumpers, change like the wheel camber and everything, like all of that stuff. It was like bumper. You could change the colors, the wheel camber, spoilers, just like the hood, anything on the roof, fenders, just like like exhaust, all that stuff. And I did that, and I just then I was done, basically. I couldn't work on that anymore just because I was too burnt out. Oh, yeah, you were there towards the end of the year, though. That's when we met each other. So I'm glad you didn't quit, because it was nice having you on there. But again, there's another time that I was actually not fairly recently. Well, compared to how long I've been on, yeah, fairly recently. That, I don't know, I was making the game. I don't know if you ever saw I have older projects leaking the game, but it was NASCAR full speed. And I made a whole AI with a racing line, so it would like actually follow a line around each track, and the AI could go, like, they could hit the bottom lane 1 lap, And next time around, they'd go around the outside for tracks that had like multi-groove racing. I spent forever on that, and I just kind of quit doing the game, and that's when I started the MSCRA. That's good that you're not quitting anytime soon, but it's good to know when you consider it, and eventually when you do end up getting off, that you gotta realize there's more important things. Like in my case, getting a job. Which the only reason I'm streaming today is because I had today off, which was nice because I had to stay home. We had guys doing window installation, and somebody had to stay home while they were there. So, yeah, got today off. So that was nice. So, Rowdy, since you seem like the only person who's in here, I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide what we start on. Numbers, the number graphic with the pictures throughout Jeremy's career in it, the rear view of the car, or the front view of the car down on the bottom. You get to pick what we start on. While I grab the color I need to finish out this O'Reilly logo. Well, Rowdy, I normally start with whatever I don't know. I honestly don't know actually. I usually just I don't really know. Last time I started with the bottom. Sometimes when I'm just doing one car, I go from left to right. So, I mean, whatever you want to see, I will do. Like, what do you really want to see finished faster? Numbers, this view, or this view? Up to you. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, that sounds good. I'll do the numbers first. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I've probably never drawn anything this detailed so small before, so we'll see how that ends up going. We'll figure it out. It's crazy to me that Jeremy has the all-time starts record. It's unbelievable. Anyways, I was gonna say this if anybody else really got on the stream, but nobody else really has been on here. And I know there have been people wondering when I'm going to start selling. And if any of you are on here, I am working on that. There's been a couple of complications getting it started up. Like, I had to do some stuff with my bank account, and then I went to start the Etsy thing. Turns out you have to be an adult to start an Etsy shop, and I'm technically not. So you have to be 18 plus to do that. And then, you have to pay income tax on whatever you earn off of Etsy, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, you have to fill out the information before you even start an account. So I'm going to try to figure that out. And then hopefully, the hope is by next week, I'll have it all set up and I'll link it. And then you guys can pay me to do stuff like this. Although this one's going in my personal collection. And I'll probably sell prints for it. I probably will. Okay, Rowdy. Good luck on that. Please let me know which cars you're making. And yeah. I tried making paper crafts once, but I just don't really have the patience for that. Because it's like the same thing over and over, I feel like. And that just doesn't, it's not my thing. So I'm going to grab this out real quick. And this here is my color testing sheet for my markers. So these are all the colors I have, which is a lot. And so if I'm looking to do something, I'll take a look at my reference sheet right here. Yeah, fold it up. See, like, what color is the O'Reilly Lego? And then I'll try to match it the best I can with something on here. 2x2. Looks pretty good. Actually, I'm going to go with this G2 color right here. So, and I have this in the same order that I have them sorted. This box that you can see right here is a glass box with, the ones with the dividers in them. And I just put the markers in there. That's how I keep them. Eric Jones, 2026 Advent Health. Cool. Gotta love those Advent Health schemes, especially the new ones. Legacy just decided to show up when it came to paint schemes this year. What is that? Oh, geez, that's it. I'm glad Jimmy Johnson decided to actually do something good. I love Jimmy Johnson. He's my favorite Cup driver of all time. So you guys don't get a lot of you guys don't see that a lot because I'm talking about someone on a different series in this Raleigh Auto Parts series usually. But I'm a huge Jimmy Johnson fan as well. And speaking of that, Jimmy, I was very happy to see him lead last in the truck race. I was like, dude, is old Jimmy back? But now, some unfortunate news that he is going to be only making one more start in his career, and that's the Daytona 500 next season. And that'll be it. It's tough. Braden, you're right. When you're talking about the red as when they have the normal paint scheme and then just like the red number just randomly out of the blue. Out of the blue, except it's red. Or are you talking about their patriotic schemes, which I really like their what's the name of Czech sponsor? Darn it. Oh, Pie Barker. Love those patriotic Pie Barker schemes. Beautiful. Okay, Braden. Yep, I get it. And then the Ross Chastain Advent Health cars were pretty good. I think I remember those. Those were like 2022, 23 with the one car. Gosh, it feels like 2022 was so long ago now. Like it feels like the next gen car is still new, but then when you think back to the 22 season, it's like, whoa. Ooh, some of my other favorite drivers. So, let's go through the series. Let's start truck series. As far as yeah, back when Trackhouse was good. I mean, they were good up until this year, and they just decided not to be good. Their loss. Truck series. Let's see. My favorite current driver in the truck series would have to be. I don't really know. Let me go through the roster real quick. My all-time favorite truck series driver is Matt Crafton. Although, and it's not because I actually liked him as a driver, it's because when I was young, I was like, oh, a bright yellow truck. Cool. And then, yeah, then I kind of became a fan, sort of. Oh, you know who I like? I like Butterbean. Brendan Queen. Love that guy. He's an amazing driver and personality. I like the late model guys that came up. So, like me, Tyrell. Who's the other one? Cole Butcher. Those guys that came up from late models, because I do follow the college tour. Dr. Soldat's here. Welcome in. Thank you for the compliment on the drawing. It's, as you can tell, we have done a ton in the last 45 minutes. Yeah, aka Garrett. What do you mean by that, Braden? Who are you talking about? Oh, Brendan Queen. Yeah. Oh, I get what you mean now. Ram has been not as competitive as we thought it would be. But Garrett, what do you mean expensive? Oh. No, Ram the truck. So they're in the NASCAR Truck Series, and they're driving. They started this year as the first year in forever that Ram has been in the series. as a manufacturer. And the team that they used to introduce Ram back in the series, Colic Racing, they're not very good. Never have been. Probably never will be great. I'll give them time in the truck series, but I mean, I guess their cup operation has been okay. Just like, for the past, 5 years? Yeah, they don't even have a single top 5, which is pretty unbelievable considering all the hype that was around that coming into the season. But, whatever. I don't really care how Ram does. I'd like Ram to stay in the sport. I like the more manufacturers. And Braden, I do think they have improved a little bit. Like the first couple of weeks that weren't super speedways, they're finishing, pretty much everybody was outside the top 15 or 20. Now they're consistently finishing 1 or 2 trucks inside the top 15, maybe a top 10 with Corey LaJoy or whoever's in the 25, depending on whether or not they're actually decent. So yeah, it really kind of just depends on the week how they do. I feel like it's either they all do pretty good or they all do terrible. That's funny. Jamie, I'm not surprised that's something Jimmy Spencer would have said. Rowdy, that's funny. Let's see. So we are finally going to be done with the logo in the corner that I have spent 45 minutes working on while I read your guys' chats. Hooray. Oh yeah, we were still talking about favorite drivers. And you go O'Reilly Auto Parts series. You obviously know who I'm going to say. But for the sake of our thing, let's pretend he doesn't exist. It's going to be tough. I don't know if I can do that. Pretend Jeremy doesn't exist. But other than him, my favorite O'Reilly driver, it's got to be the Siegs. I like drivers. Cal Sieg, Ryan Sieg. These guys are awesome. Definitely not influenced by diecast driven at all. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, so Dr. Soldat, aka Garrett, sent me this picture, or sent me a picture of this drawing he's doing. Very, very cool. It's a Stug 3, which I don't even know what that is, but it's basically like, let me pull it up. It's like a mech thing, I believe. So yeah, it's basically like a mech suit with a tank. I don't know. Actually, is it like a mech or an assault gun 3? That's a big gun on the front. But yeah, is it a mech or is it like a robot? Because is there someone like inside of it piloting it or what? Oh, it was. Oh, okay. So Stug 3 was the actual tank, and then you're drawing like a mech suit of that tank. what I understand. And that is the assault gun 3. 4 operators. Where do they? How big is that thing then? Okay, Braden, by the way. Okay, I see. What? I hope you're drawing something good. Wait. This is the wrong marker. That's okay. Okay. Well, my brain decided not to work. And that's the wrong color right there. But I'll probably be able to fix it. Landon Lewis's number 45 scheme. I don't remember what scheme that was. I know I've seen it. Remind me of the sponsor. Garrett. Gunner, loader, commander. Okay. So we have 2 guys basically manning the gun. The commander controls it. Or pretty much is in control. Or like he's the commander, basically. Command, or one that commands. And then the driver. Okay. Righty, that's cool. That's cool. Unfortunate that Sieg didn't win that race. JF Electric. So, Braden, is that like those blue and white schemes that Nice runs? Nice Motorsports. Because I think that's what it is, right? Like JF Electric. It's like blue and white, and then isn't there a little bit of red maybe? I don't remember. Let's see. We haven't even gotten to the Cup Series yet. Let's see. Who else do we like in the O'Reilly Series? I don't know. I kind of like just that series as a whole. I don't really hate any of the drivers or dislike any of them necessarily. Cool, Rowdy. Next to JJ Ailey. And I like JJ Ailey because his hometown is pretty near where I live. He grew up in Phoenix, and I live not far from there, probably 45 minutes from where he grew up. JJ Ailey, as well as well, I just completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, Michael McDowell. He grew up in this area as well. So that's cool. And then Alex Bowman is he's from down in Tucson, which we all hate Tucson. Garrett, I don't even remember which the one that was. Do you even give I don't remember if I ever had that one. I don't know. I don't even know where the other ones I have from you are. One of them is in one of my folders. Actually, I think the only two I know that I have of yours are the Wimbledon, as well as the initial D one. Oh, is the one you just sent me the Mojito versus Yuji? Yeah, the initial D one. That was a while ago, honestly. Oh, still have I don't think you ever gave me that one. I remember you showing me the process on it. But yeah. Sorry, one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Dr. Soldat, aka Garrett. I don't have that one. I don't think I ever did have that one. But I remember you showing me the process while you were making it. And then you showed me the one of your cat right afterwards. So that was like last week when you were doing it, I think, or the week before maybe. I kind of feel bad though for Rowdy and Brayden because they have absolutely no clue what we're talking about, or probably don't. So I don't want them to feel left out of this conversation. So as we're talking, favorite drivers. We did O'Reilly. Yeah, they might have just left. Whatever. Hopefully they're still on here because those guys are fun to talk with. Garrett, why are we leaking personal information right now? Who's Luke? Who are we talking about? Yeah, I know that guy. Uh-huh. Pretty nice guy. Um, that's good, Rowdy. Glad you're still here. Whoops, I just moved my whole thing. No, you good. It doesn't really matter, Garrett. It doesn't matter. I was just poking fun with you. It's alright. No problem. No problem. It's fine. I don't really care. People know, but it's alright. That's funny, Rowdy. That's how I feel like sometimes. Like I'll come into my room occasionally. To intending to work on something. And then I'll end up opening my folder or my binder with all my stuff in it. I'll be like, and I'll just kind of get lost in that and never actually do what I intended to do in the first place. So it's just interesting. Zero work ethic, by the way. That's me. Yes, Dr. Soldat. Actually, I know that you've already leaked your name in the chat, but would you rather me, while I'm on stream, call you by your channel name or by your real name? Okay. Garrett's fine. Cool. So, Rowdy, it's 2007. I don't remember what manufacturer his cars were. It's actually, I think it's a Chevy, right? I hope I'm right. I think the me car was a Chevy in the movie. See, here's something that Garrett can relate to because he and I watched Talladega Nights together. Okay, the me car was a Ford. Yeah, I knew one of them was a Chevy. I didn't. I thought both of them were Chevys, but I'm wrong often, and I make assumptions like that. So the Wonder Bread, I love that Wonder Bread paint scheme. It's the most beautiful thing. Yeah, so me and Garrett, we often recite the prayer scene. Top 10 movie scenes of all time right there. He is all of our kings. Not as much so, though, as the guy driving the number 51 Chevy, the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series. You know who that is. We're drawing him right now. Just kidding. Just kidding. You guys can. Anything but doing geometry and geometry. Yep. Exactly. Just funny because the teacher is. Look, it's me, America. Great quote. There's an official me diecast, which is really rare. Oh, I didn't know that actually. I didn't know they made official diecasts for that movie. That's cool. Maybe you'll get your hands on one someday. Rowdy becoming quite a diecast collector. I support the hobby. And while we're doing this, actually, I just realized something. So this font is the German Clements 51 number font, which I have never seen that font before in my whole life on anything except for the number 51, and nobody knows what it is. And nobody knows what it's called. It might be a custom. It might be custom just for the team, but I really don't know, because way back when they ran the 50 car in the late 2000s, I think it was 2009, 2010, when they ran the number 50 instead of the number 51, which they're known for running today. Hey, Anthony is in the chat. Welcome, Anthony, to the stream. It's been a good one so far. I actually have a lot of people getting and chatting. It's been engaging. Soup. We're doing this again. You guys make me laugh. Rowdy, I did see your custom though. I agree. It will do. It's a very good custom diecast. Right there. Especially considering you made it out of paper. But I was gonna ask you something. Oh yeah, how many generally when you're doing a diecast, how many layers of Mod Podge you put on afterwards to seal it? Because I'm curious about that. Mainly because when I saw your earlier ones that you're using the glue to seal it, you weren't getting quite the shine that I had been getting with the glue. I was just curious how many layers you were putting on. One coat. Okay, so when I used glue to seal them, I personally did 3 coats, I think, and that got it done. But it has to be thin though. 3 thin coats, like so it's not puddling, but when you touch it, it's a little sticky. That's how I get figured out if I got a good, clean, thin coat. And then I do that 2 more times. So if you think one coat gets the job done, I'm not saying that you gotta change what you're doing, but just wanted to point it out what I'd done, what I found success with myself. And yeah. So since Anthony was here, I know I've been really, really late on getting my PC set up, but we ran into a bit of a problem with that because I can't. So basically, what happened is when you set up an Etsy account, you have to fill out your taxing information so you can report your earnings to the IRS. And I am not of age to have tax information, so yeah, I was talking with Dr. Solet, aka Garrett, about this earlier today because I was having issues with it, and it just frustrated me. But I'm definitely going to try to either find a way around that, or I saw before I did all this, I watched YouTube videos on like what are the best ways to sell your art, how to really like get or how to like do it well and like some tips and stuff. And a lot of them said actually that you can get more out of eBay, which I thought was really interesting. And eBay is like completely free to like actually use, but then they they charge like a fee on each product. But like people were saying, it ends up costing less because you don't have to pay a subscription to sell on eBay. I was like, well, I might check that out actually. So yeah, that may be it. But for Anthony and whoever else was hoping I would have that up, sorry that it's taken a while. Rowdy, one thing I like about Notepad is that I just oh, okay. Yes, Rowdy. That's awesome. That's able to work. I never would have thought of that. That's cool. So I'm glad that works for you. So yeah, again, whatever works for you. I'm not telling you what to do. Just trying to hopefully give some helpful tips, maybe what worked for me. But I know you make it in a slightly different way than I did. And yeah. Well, thank you, Braden. I appreciate it. And I am very happy with it as well. I think they turned out really good, but they're not quite done yet. You know, we got the photos in the middle. We have another lighter blue color to do these lines with. They're not completely done yet. Rowdy, okay. From what I understand, selling on eBay is pretty easy. Like, way easy compared to anything else. I'm not done yet. True. I am not done yet. So you guys have to deal with me working on these for another until the end of the stream. Which I think I'm getting dinner in a few. So let's try to stay on for another 15 minutes. Let's bring the stream to an hour and a half. So that would be where I am 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock, we're in Pacific time now because of darn daylight savings time. Oh, great. I messed that up. Well, man, I'm really messing things up today. Oh, I know why. It's because I don't have my... I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but I don't have my room light on. I have the window open, but that's all the way on the other side of the room. And I have this top lamp I use so that you guys can see it better. So Roddy you are 2 hours ahead of us. But it's weird because Arizona does not participate in daylight savings, and which I like, but I don't like. Like, I don't think anyone should do that. I feel like it's kind of dumb. Not really. It's pretty pointless. Because what does it really do? Like, what daylight are you actually saving? You know? And it really, all it does now is just make things confusing with time and stuff, and especially because I watch a lot of sports, including NASCAR, and when everything else is in daylight savings, and I don't even know when daylight savings time starts. Like, doesn't it start? I don't even know. Like, I literally just have no clue when it starts. It kind of I'm like, like, wasn't the race supposed to be on it? Or like, it'll be like it's 2 o'clock, and it says the race is 4 Eastern, and normally that's 2 hours ahead of us. But now that everyone else is in daylight savings time, that's 3 hours ahead, and I'll be like, turning on the race at 4, which I think is when it starts, or at 2. Like if the race started at 4 Eastern, I'll turn it on at 2, and I'll be like halfway through the first stage. I'm like, what the heck, you know? Completely forget it's daylight savings time everywhere else. That's funny, Roddy. I bet they did. I bet they did. Okay, now we're just starting to just throwing shots at whoever invented daylight savings time. I mean, I'm sure it was for a good reason at the time, but it's kind of an outdated thing. I don't even remember why it was created. It is something that isn't even relevant today. Really, isn't that important. Okay, Dr. Soldat, aka Garrett, coming in with what does, like, do you know why necessarily is created? Now that you say it, I do remember it being something about like railroads and that sort of transportation. Okay, excuse me while I casually forge Jeremy Clements' signature. Jeremy said a few times. Okay, so you'd save. Yeah, okay. I kind of get it now because you're saving resources on trains, which were, I think at the time, pretty much all trains were steam. I hope I didn't offend anyone who's really into that by saying that. I really don't know. Yep, Rowdy. Getting them actually to sign it. Hopefully. The problem is I don't really ever get to see him. Literally only met him once in my life, which kind of sucks, but whatever. It is what it is. I do have another celebrity relative. I've literally never talked about him before because it's not something I'm interested in. The only reason she's actually closer related to me, more closely related to me, and more well known than Jeremy is. But $738 is a lot of money. Gosh, Did I say $738 million, not just $738. It's a lot of money. If only I had that much. But well, that's cool, Rowdy. Just dropping that. What? So is he like your great uncle or something? I don't know. But so on my mom's side of my family, her first cousin is a fairly well-known singer. She won a Grammy Award for R&B. Her name's Joelle James. She wrote, don't remember the song, but it won a Grammy Award. And then last year, or was it 2 years? I guess it was 2 years ago when the Celtics won the NBA Finals. She sang the national anthem for Game 7 of the NBA Finals, which was really, really cool. Saw that. And I'm more closely related to her. I see her more often. And she's more well known than Jeremy Clements. Yet, here I am. This is just what I'm passionate about, you know? That's what I prefer to spend my time doing. So that's awesome, Rowdy. And where the heck do there we go. So I was going to show you something, but really funny story actually. Do you guys know? You may have seen it before. Hold up. I don't want to pull it off my wall, but if you've ever seen like a painting of a bunny, like a rabbit, it's a fairly famous. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Famous rabbit painting. Okay. Yeah, so if you look up famous rabbit painting, and then the first result should be Young Hair by Albert Dürer. Garrett, Dr. Follett, aka Garrett, he would know how to pronounce that. It's German. So we found out that so I've had that painting in my room. Like I have a giant thing of that painting. And then Albrecht Dürer. Albrecht Dürer. Albrecht Dürer. Okay. Ooh, okay. I get it. So, I've had a thing of that. I've had a giant print of that painting in my room forever. And a couple of years ago, found out that I might be related to the guy that painted it, because I mean, the drawing was painted in 150. It was painted in 1502, which is a long time ago, before America existed. I can't believe that people existed without America. Wow, it's unbelievable. But basically, my great grandmother's maiden name, or it was like my grandmother was doing some family tree research, and her maiden name was Dora, and um, I think that's who it was. Yeah, and then we looked up this guy because that room was like, she was like, oh wait, that's that painting. And then hold on 1 second. Okay, and then um apparently we looked him up, and there's literally only one family with that name. So, or there's recorded, there's only one family with that name. So I was like, I wonder how like legit that actually is. So here I am pulling up all the colors again. I feel like I should, before I do this, I should I should warn people, if you suffer from epilepsy and epileptic seizures, please look away from the screen. Because it's a lot of colors in a very small piece of paper. Hold up. 1 sec. I need to find. There it is. I really need to clean up my. Get my desk more organized. I feel like it is fairly organized, but it still takes me forever when I'm grabbing a color. But yeah, I think we're going to be getting off pretty soon. My dinner is here. So, I need to eat. And if there's anything else you guys wanted to talk about, bring it up now. Because once we finish with these lines that I'm doing right now, we'll be done for the night. So yeah, if there's anything else you want to talk about, either Brady, Braden, I don't think Braden's on anymore. Garrett, if y'all wanted to do anything else. I don't know. I feel like we've covered a lot of stuff. For dinner, it is from a Thai takeout place. We're getting me an egg fried rice or Thai fried rice with the shrimp. Gotta love shrimp. I mean, who doesn't love shrimp? As unfortunate, or as much as I don't want to say this, but actually I'm going to rephrase that. I wish that existed. But you know how bad I would be, though. You've seen me play. You've seen me say, watch this nonchalant thing, and then I watched nonchalant, and then and then promptly be turned into a meatball by a big gun turret. But yeah, so I'm getting a Thai fried rice for dinner, Robbie. What are you, Robbie? What are you, or did you have for dinner? What's everyone having for dinner tonight? Because it can't be a stream in America without talking about food at some point. It can't hit me. Fun times, fun times. I genuinely thought it couldn't hit me though. Great value chicken fries. Ooh, love those. Love those. It's a classic. Rowdy, I've never heard of Tostino's Square Party Pizza, but anything with pizza in it sounds pretty good. So, hope you enjoyed. Wow, Gary's just coming out with the. I might quote that, and then you get to see how in depth the body separation physics were. That's funny. That's funny. I did. That was fun. Dr. Soldat, aka Garrett, introduced me to something I had not known about. It turned out to be terrible at that game. I'm a terrible diver. I should not at all enlist. What was the other one? That's like basically the same thing but real. On the 76th or 75th Ranger Regiment. What was that? I forget what that was all about. These guys were trying to enlist me in it. Anyways, guys, I think we're 75th Ranger Regiment. Anyways, I think we're done for today. Thanks everyone for hopping on. We got Braden on here, Garrett, Rowdy, and then Anthony showed up for a moment. Oh. Again, anything but geometry and geometry. Well, good night, everyone. Thanks for hopping on. Or afternoon, depending on how far west you live. Or good morning, wherever you guys are. Hopefully we get to get on again soon. It's fun talking to you guys. Very, very very good stream. You guys were lighting up the chat all night. Again, thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you next time.